Hello everyone, I'm really excited to be here in front of you today because I want to share a lot of valuable information for you that has helped me. So if you're watching this video, you of course want to attract love into your life, specifically the healthy and fulfilling kind. And I'm not only going to share with you how to do exactly that, but I'm also going to share bits of my personal journey on how I've garnered a new healthy way of looking at love. But before we get into it, I want all of us to take a nice deep breath together in through our nose and out through our mouth. Okay. So now that we have centered ourselves, let's have a meaningful conversation. In order for this conversation to be the most helpful for you, I need you to do me a favor and pause this video after I'm done talking. And I want you to have an honest conversation with yourself about why you clicked on this video and why you want to attract love. So you can either write this down, think out loud, or think in your head, whatever works for you. I would love for you to do that so that you can come into this conversation in this video with some self-awareness and be able to really be present with me. So if you'd pause the video, and then I will see you when you are done reflecting. Okay, so you have gotten some feelings out, and I am here to support you. And if you feel like it would be helpful for you to share some of your feelings that have come up in the comments as like an internet therapy session, feel free to do so, and I will 100% try to get back to you if you comment. I hope that now you have an understanding of why love is something that you want to bring into your life experience, and I think that would be really helpful for me to share with you my beliefs about love and my understanding of love, and perhaps that will help reframe what love is to you. For me, love has been a constant theme in my life. I am well acquainted with the highs and the lows, the healing and the hurting and the healing again. And I have gone through all of that to get to where I am now. So I just want you to know that you're watching someone who has more or less been in the place that you are right now. And I have now emerged into a healthy, fulfilling relationship with love and with another person. So I want you to know that you can also 100% do the same thing. And if you're watching this, it is inevitable that afterwards, love will enter your life. It is guaranteed, and you'll understand why later in the video. So my whole take on love is that it is supposed to be many things. The first thing is it's supposed to be joyous, and then it can be comforting and passionate, and it can be a space for you to grow and learn with another person. And it is also something that can be very calm and safe. And I want to emphasize that last part, it being calm and safe, because we have collectively grown up, I think, in a society where media has really portrayed and pushed relationships to have this kind of toxic energy around it. And what I mean by that is that we always see, like in books, or not in books, but we always see in movies and we read in books and TV shows, that there's the chase and there's drama and there's chaos and risk and misunderstandings and hurting. And I'm here to tell you that love does not need to be that complicated, and love should not be a struggle. It should actually be something that comes very easily. And I will show you how and tell you how to let love come easily to you, of course, further on in this video. I think that love is portrayed that way because a lot of us aren't aware of our emotional needs, our emotional history, and emotional wounds that could be present in our lives because of our childhood and upbringing. And I want this video to be a call to action to you to start becoming aware of when you become upset or irritated or scared or uneasy in regards to your interpersonal relationships. There's a book that I read that really helped me in the past. It's called Women Who Love Too Much by Robin Norwood. I'll link it down below. And it really helped me understand why I was reacting the way I was to certain things. Like why, if I didn't receive a text back in a certain amount of time, I would have all this like anxiety within me. It really helped me sort out those triggers that I had, and it helped me understand why I sought out these emotionally unavailable people. And it ended up being because of my unsteady examples of love in my household growing up. So that's something I learned from the book. And if you think you could benefit from that, definitely check it out. It's a great book just to become really self-reflective and understanding your past a little bit more and how it relates to your present day. But there are many avenues of self-discovery that you can take, and just do what feels good for you and what makes sense for you. But just being aware of when these uneasy feelings are coming up is what I found to be the easiest way of identifying my personal issues and my triggers, my wounds, which made me more mindful of them. And it actually just makes me have a better relationship with them. And I become a lot more aware of myself and my emotions and just how I carry myself through the world. So I want you to remember that a healthy, loving relationship is one where you predominantly feel good. So of course, in every healthy relationship, there comes a unique set of challenges. I like to call them opportunities for growth and learning, because a relationship is comprised of individuals with completely different and unique upbringings and life experiences, and you have to work together to harbor compassion and understanding. And I want to touch on this saying that has gone around for, I don't know, a couple of years, and it's that you have to fully love yourself in order to love someone else or be worthy of love. And I just want to say that is not true at all. It's actually a very toxic way of thinking. I think what that phrase was trying to say is that it's 100% easier to have a healthy relationship when both parties, or however many people involved, are committed to self-growth and being emotionally aware. That's my take on healthy love, and maybe that helps you reframe a little bit your ideas about it, and I hope that was helpful. So now we're going to get into a fun thing, and this is something that you can do to align yourself to love, and I find this to be a very joyous activity, so hopefully you can join me in this. So I'm going to share my own statements that I've made about the kind of relationship and partner that I want. And I want you to pay attention to the fact that all of these statements have a positive spin to it, so to speak. And you'll understand what that is in a minute. But I have my list right here, so just take note of what resonates with you. I want a partner that I feel safe with. I want a partner who cares about their well-being. I would love a partner who knows how to have fun. I want a relationship that feels easy, where we both can be our true selves with each other. I want someone who cares about cleanliness and personal hygiene. I want a partner that I can easily share my passions and desires with. I want a relationship that is passionate. I want a relationship that is calm. I want a partnership that is committed to acting and responding with love in times of conflict. And I want a fulfilling relationship that adds onto my already substantial basis of love for myself. So I really love the last two, and I will also put these statements in the description box so you can look them over and save them if you want. But as you heard, all of these desires are framed in a statement with positive intent. So instead of saying, I don't want someone who gets mad easily, you can instead say, I want someone who is understanding and compassionate and emotionally secure. You notice how that last statement that I said feels better than the first one, and that is because the intent is different. So that leads me to this conversation about the importance of your thoughts and the type of energy that you're putting out. So I made a podcast episode about this. My podcast is called How to Walk on Sunshine. You can find it on Spotify and all streaming platforms. I'll also link it down below. And that's a more in-depth review of what I'm about to be talking about. But that episode focuses on how your emotions have an energetic frequency, and this is scientifically proven. I can put a chart somewhere here, and you'll see on the emotional vibrational scale that peace and love and joy and excitement and contentment are all up there. They are literally vibrating at a higher frequency, whereas emotions such as sadness and grief and anger are at a lower frequency. So what I want to say with this is that the energy that you put out is the energy that you get back. So if you are in a state of being where you are focusing on the lack of love, then that is what you will be receiving. And if you want love because you're at a place of lack, that's what you're going to be receiving. You see, there's kind of a discord by wanting love but feeling like you don't have it. And I know that kind of is a little confusing because, like, well, obviously I want love because I don't have it. But the thing is that I want you to really know is that you do have love in your life. There is so much love surrounding you. It doesn't have to be romantic love, but there is love within yourself. There's love with family. There's love with friends. There's love in nature. There's love with the birds, you know, sitting on a tree. You know what I mean? Everything is connected. Energy is connected. And I want to share with you a metaphor that I think is really helpful in understanding how energy and emotions kind of play into how your life kind of flows. So imagine that you are a really nice car. Whatever car you desire, it can be, I don't know, a Porsche, Ferrari. I don't really know cars that well, but you get the idea. And imagine that you are constantly filling yourself up with low-grade fuel, aka negative thoughts, whether they're about love or about something else. And when you are fueling yourself with low-grade fuel or negative energy, then your engine is not going to run as smoothly, and then over time it's going to slowly decay and not work as efficiently. But if you fill your car or yourself up with premium gas, or otherwise known as higher vibrational emotions and energy, then you can traverse smoothly on your journey, and you are more likely to have an enjoyable ride throughout your life. I don't know if that really made sense, but basically what I'm saying, you're a nice car, you gotta fuel yourself with good stuff, okay? So to summarize what I've said so far, just to catch you guys up, the first thing was to pay attention to how you feel and address your emotional history and triggers, and do that as they come up, you know, so you can move past them. And this is a journey, so it's not like a one-stop trip. You don't need to figure out all of your emotional triggers at once. Like, don't do that. Just do it as it comes up, and be gentle with yourself as this happens. And the other thing that I mentioned earlier was addressing your beliefs about love and reframing them, and reframing your desires so that you can fine-tune your energy to be searching for love that is honest and genuine and fulfilling. And the last thing that I just talked about was about your energy and focusing on being in alignment with the vibration of love. So if love is, you know, vibrating up here, and you're feeling sorry for yourself and this lack of love, then you're not going to get it. There's no way that love can reach down to your vibration. So the best thing you can do is raise your vibration up with love, if that makes sense. And that makes you open to receiving love. And you can do this by simply paying attention to how you feel and filling your awareness with the intent to feel good throughout your day and to focus on positive aspects of your day and appreciate the world around you and express gratitude for just little things and also the big things too. And by doing this, you are slowly becoming more in tune with love, and therefore you can bring love into your life. So that is what I've mentioned so far. And now I want to share a little bit of my personal history with you, just so you can get an idea of how the law of attraction and how attracting love actually comes into play in real time, and not just me talking about it. So we're gonna drink a sip of water and then we'll get into it. Okay, I am refreshed. So basically for me, I have a very interesting relationship with love, and I actually started having crushes from preschool, although that's a whole nother story, and I'm making a podcast episode about that. But I've had crushes my entire life, so this has been a constant theme in my life, like I mentioned before. And up until, so preschool to 8th grade really were not serious crushes, but I was still had this obsessive kind of tendency, and I let it consume me, right? It was a very emotionally driven thing. And then in high school, it got worse after that. I had a ton of misguided crushes and investment of my self-worth into people who did not care about me. And it was just because I was reading, and I grew up reading all these fantasy novels and just watching all these shows where love was just like this big risk, and it was supposed to be emotional and, you know, dramatic and whatever. And so that's kind of the love that I saw. And also I had, you know, some stuff from my upbringing too that came into play during that time. And I would constantly be liking people who didn't like me back or who were emotionally unavailable. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, why doesn't anyone like me? And I was like very down in the dumps, feeling bad about myself. And then college came around. That was a doozy. That was when I hit my emotional rock bottom. And like when I look back on it, like I can honestly say that out of like all of the people that I've liked and all the crushes, like I felt the most despair from this one. And that's not their fault, but it's just how I handled it because I wasn't emotionally aware of myself. So I invested a lot of my energy into people who didn't care about me. And my freshman year, when I was really invested into one person, I like had this moment where I was like, I can't do this anymore, because I would be like tearing myself apart every night and thinking like how I can make them notice me, make them like me, and all that stuff. And then I was like, okay, I'm done. I cannot believe that I have gotten to the place that I've gotten to, and I am going to focus on me. I'm going to focus on me. And I also did an episode on this. Actually, I did a full episode on my freshman year, like the entire thing, like details. So if you want to listen to that, that is the second episode in my podcast. I really highly recommend listening to it because I thought it was an amazing story, and I thought it was great. So if you want to listen to that, it really gives you insight on where my head was at and how different I am now than like who I was before. So after that, I took it upon myself to go through like months of self-healing. And then as I was in my healing process, that is when my current partner came along. And actually, when this video is uploaded, it will be our 1-year anniversary, which is so exciting and it's so cute. And I'm just really grateful for him, and he's just amazing. And I have learned so much from him, and I've learned so much about myself and how I handle conflict with people that I care about. And I've learned to identify when I'm upset and why I'm upset, and how I can be articulate in explaining how I feel with my partner so then we can get to a level of understanding with each other. It's all just really beautiful. Like, healthy love is great, and the point leading up to us being in a relationship wasn't at all dramatic or emotional or anything. It was, of course, exciting, and it was fun, and it was passionate, but I wasn't filled with anxiety, you know? I had nerves like now and again, but like that's normal, and I was just overall predominantly happy. So yeah, it's exciting. As I'm filming this, tomorrow's actually my anniversary with him, so I'm kind of in this state of mind where I'm really thinking about love. But that is like a synopsis of what I've gone through. And like I'm telling you, if you listen to that podcast episode, college mess to mindfulness. It's actually also a video that I posted here. Never mind. So I have the YouTube video here too. But I really went through it. Like, I was a mess. I was a hot mess. I didn't really know anything, you know. I thought I knew things about love, but I didn't. And every time I heard someone say that, what I just said, I was always like, well, I know about love, but just trust that there is so much more for you to learn in your life experience, and be okay with learning. And learning's fun, and it saves you a lot of trouble later on if you learn now rather than later. So that was my little story, and I hope that was entertaining for you. And so with all of the tips that I've shared with you and also my story, I hope that you've come to a realization where the love that you receive is the love that you are open to receiving. It doesn't mean, loving yourself. And I'm not 100% there. No one's, ever 100% there. But beginning just to say, you know what, I want to love myself a little bit more, that opens so many doors for you and so many just opportunities for you to really let love in and let those people come to you. I want to say that you are worthy of love and you are deserving of love, and that love will come to you after this video is coming to you right now, because I'm sending you so much love. And I want to say the power of your expectation is unbelievable. So if you expect love to come to you, it will. 100% will. Use your power of expectation for good things. If you've made it this far, I want to share some affirmations with you about love that I think is just helpful and nourishing. So I would like you to repeat after me. Ready? I am worthy of love. Love comes to me easily. And I expect beautiful and loving relationships to flow into my life. So thank you for being here with me and being present with me. If what I said resonated with you, please give this video a like and subscribe for more videos like this. I will be sharing a bunch of tips on how to manifest beautiful things into your life and just how to align to your higher self. So with that being said, I'm going to head off to the rest of my day, and I hope what I said resonated with you. Thank you so much for being here with me, being present with me, and I will catch you guys next time. Love you all. Bye.